Aloha, everyone. Michelle Melendez of Blossom Inner Wellness and Stand Together Hawaii. This is Michael Tiavana, my guest today. We're going to be talking about the satanic rituals that are literally taking over all of these massive ceremonies. When you are watching a ceremony, especially if you're at a ceremony, it is really, really powerful when they're doing these satanic rituals because the frequency elevates. So I'm going to be showing you some videos, not only of what just happened at the Olympics, but also in 2019, the Olympics right before the COVID. You're going to see
COVID.
You're going to see what's going on with that. I got banned already. We can't use different words. So yeah. So let's just not
say the
I don't know. Because I did get another video taken down. You can see it on Rumble. If you go to Blossom Inner Wellness on Rumble, you can see that video. We're first going to go to the Olympic Games. I do want to do a quick interview or introduction. Michael has been a freedom activist for a very long time. He was at the first Rainbow Gathering. He was with one of the Hopi elders. We're going to talk about the Hopi prophecy in a little bit as well, because that is really important. It is coming and it is here. So that's actually a really good thing. So I'm super excited to talk to you more about that. And also, he's also written a book, and it's called
Beyond Iraq.
Beyond Iraq. It's fantastic.
Beyond all this stuff.
So
what's going on?
Yeah, what is going on? So let's do a quick screen share and show you what went down at the Olympics. If you missed it, here's a little bit of an eclipse. And this is Queen of Peace Media. She pretty much nails it.
In especially the Catholic Church, which is the Eucharist, among other things. So to mention just some of what is in the ceremony, we have a huge head of a golden calf. Sound familiar? At the very beginning, there's a depiction of the head of Marie Antoinette, who was the last monarch protecting the Catholic Church in France just before the French Revolution, which beheaded priests, desecrated churches, sent prostitutes into them to dance on altars, etc., and parade around people's heads. So this was a violent, bloody revolution, and that was depicted at the very opening scene of the ceremony. You had this head singing and blood streaming down from the sides of a building. That was very nice, especially for kids to see. And then you have what looked...
So I want to do a quick pause. Blood flowing down. Oh, thank you. I'm going to get the microphone a little bit better. So blood flowing down out of the windows and a severed head at the very beginning with this bull head, this calf bull head. This is unbelievable. Like I said, when you have people looking at something and the frequency, the anxiety that they would get, that is energy that creates things, that manifests things in a really, really big way.
That's what they feed on. That's comfort food for the evil ones. Yeah, I didn't know that the French Revolution was that violent. Mm-hmm. It was more than just a class uprising. Mm-hmm. It was an uprising against all that was, well, even in the middle class and the lower classes, or against their religion. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Priests.
Yeah.
That's going in there too.
So what I want to tell you guys around this as well is that these people who are in charge of the world, they've been in charge of the world for thousands of years. I would even say back to the Canaanite line, Cain and Abel. That's where I would say that they started. Cain and Abel. You know, it goes down Babylonian, it goes down to the Jesuits are at the very bottom, the Khazarian Mafia, all of it. This is who they are. So let's do another screen share and show you again more of what happened at the Olympics. This is
looks like the fourth horseman of the apocalypse of the fourth seal in the book of Revelation, which is a pale horse representing death.
So she's talking about the fourth horseman.
Chapter 6, verse 8, it says, I looked and there was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades, which means hell, accompanied him. They were given authority over a quarter of the earth to kill with sword, famine, and plague, and by means of the beasts of the earth. Now, that's what it looked like. You will have the creators of this monstrosity say, oh no, it's the goddess Sequana who inhabited the river Seine, the Celtic goddess. That's fine, but it didn't look like it. In fact, I looked up the goddess Sequana. She's either lounging around with grapes or she's standing on a boat with a duck head, a little boat with a duck. She's never on a horse. So you also have.
So Michael, what do you have to say about anything you want to say about the horsemen's, especially the fourth horseman around? And this is again Revelation with the four horsemen coming for the end of the world. And they're having this in the Olympic Games.
It's a very explicit warning to the world to put this kind of a message out that the four horsemen, which is the end of the world, it's biblical, it's prophesied, it's here and now and in our labs. And to lead off the show of the most watched show in the world at this time, with all the genocides and wars going on, it's just a warning. So be on guard. Don't get caught up in the anxiety that we see and the fear, because that is food for them.
Absolutely.
For the Luciferian types.
And I want to say something around that too. This is for, we do want to focus more on, I don't watch this stuff. It's like somebody will send me something because I don't watch the news or any of this stuff because I don't want to put my frequency out toward it. But this is why I do prayers at the end of all my videos, because our power is to stay not just positive and ignore what's happening. We have to see what's happening. But then when we live our normal lives, are we moving toward what it is that we want, which is peace and freedom? So that's why I always say, if you have people in your life that you are in conflict with, your kuleana, your responsibility is to clean that up. Forgive yourself first, forgive others. That will move the world toward peace. They are doing this madness because they want us to be freaking out about it and angry and in fear. And when we do that, we play into the agenda of what the world that they want. So let's create a world that we want. But I do want to show you this stuff because the evilness is here on the planet.
It's about the timing of things too. You have to be aware of the timing so you can properly react. And one of the key cornerstones of being a peaceful warrior is forgiveness and taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be strong. Hatred, revenge, things like this tend to weaken you. And we have a formidable force unleashed in the world right now, and everybody needs to be at their peak strength because love will prevail.
It will. This is the age of love is coming. This is why they're doing all this madness, because they know that their time is up. So I do want to show just a little bit more, and then because I want to show you guys that they have, it's not by accident. This is not by accident that they're doing this.
Don't fall for it.
For sure.
Checkered floors. They're dancing on black and white checkered floors, which is the floor of all the Masonic temples. And the Masons, the Freemasons, have an agenda to abolish Catholicism in society, to abolish Western civilization's foundation of Christianity, and to overthrow and undo any Christian morality.
So, Michael, what would you say about those black checkered floors?
Black checkered floor represents the realm between the physical and the spiritual. And that's where the battleground really is at. So they're dancing satanically on this space. And they're telling you they're taking it over. By doing this ritual, they're actually taking over the connection between the spiritual world and the physical world. That's the battleground.
Thank you for that. Let's go back to my screen share. And I wanted to go to this right here.
Man. But what does the god of Dionysus represent in ancient Greek mythology? We actually find out that he's the god of wine, vegetation, festivity, insanity, ritual madness, which was basically describes the opening ceremony, and hedonism. So it's the Freemasonic ideals of hedonism. And at the end of the ceremony, 3 people go off into a secretive closed door, insinuating a ménage à trois, French for 3 people having sex together. So the worst of it is yet to come. Here's what is truly blasphemous and so sad and so shocking, is that he is on a platter on a table which becomes the table of Jesus' Last Supper, in which he instituted the Eucharist. He said, "This is my body given up for you. Do this in remembrance of me." That's what we do in the Catholic Mass. That's what the Orthodox do in the Mass.
I want to pause that because I want to go toward the people on the table. This is supposed to represent the Last Supper.
Or a host, the Eucharist, in the back of her head. So this is a blatant mockery of Jesus, of the Last Supper, the Eucharist, in the back of her head. So this is himself. And so in place of the apostles doing slinky, snake-like seductive movements.
Look at her.
She's representing Jesus, and she's given the devil sign.
Right there in the middle. Wow.
They're communicating to each other. That's how they communicate to each other.
Let me just go ahead. Go ahead and I'm just going to do this.
She's got the, she's representing Jesus. And if you zoom in on it, but
I can't zoom in.
okay,
Yeah.
then you see her hands that's the sign of the devil. That's how
They communicate.
the Satanists communicate with each other. And she's just sitting there doing it.
Right there, yeah. So I also wanted to show, so this is what's going on. This is what's happening at the Olympic Games. It's very important to, to be aware, because I want to show you what happened in the 2019 Olympic Games. I was going to do this last, but it feels like I need to do it now. And let me bring this down so I can show you TikTok. This is what happened in 2019 Olympic Games. And I'll okay, black horses, little girl by herself. Yeah. Oh, we got nurses and doctors, everybody. This is 2019. In a hospital bed, and that's Baltimore. Or the demon, in a hospital bed by herself. What is she being sacrificed? What's up with that? It's 2019 Olympic Games.
Out of the bed.
She can't get out of the bed. Oh, these are what? What are these? Death? Little demons? Oh, germs, something? What does this look like? Mary Poppins umbrellas look like what? The COV, everybody. Look at that. And then what they do a dance with it. And they're coming down. It's in a hospital. Oh, doctors? Why are doctors and nurses in the Olympic Games? Look at the hospital beds. Look at all the children on the hospital beds. It's 2019 Olympic Games.
In 1934.
Now they're turning their umbrellas that look like the symbol for the COV. This is what they're telling us. That happened right before everything went down. So they do tell us what's going on.
Well, they have to. It's like mom calling the kids to the dinner table, and when they spark this evil subliminal message inside your brain, they feed on that. They feed on the fear, the anxiety. So this is a harbinger for their evil doings, which came 6, 7 months later, 5 months later, and then it all started. Then the pandemic came, and that was
Let's not, let's be careful what we say, because again, I did get booted. I already got a second strike on my channel.
Oh my God.
I know. So
I had no idea. I was sitting next to you're banned.
I'm banned.
Your shadow got banned.
I do want to show just a few more things because it's important for us to actually, let me go here and find them really fast.
Forget his name.
Okay, so Michael wants to share the Last Supper skit, or what?
It's a ritual. It's a satanic ritual that this Frenchman created. I don't know who asked him to create it, but it was about the Last Supper. And he said he wanted to do it to promote a feeling of inclusiveness, so we wouldn't exclude certain people from our society. And these are the hedonists, the transvestites, the people who don't know what sex they are, and they want to include them into our society. And they're seeds of change for our thinking of who we are as a society. So to include them in our kindergartens, in our sacred rituals, I mean, the opening of the Olympic Games isn't supposed to be satanic. It's supposed to be about the spirit of the games. I remember one opening had Muhammad Ali there, and it was a great ceremony, and it was very inspiring that we could compete in peace and love one another. We can compete without hating each other.
And yet they have these.
And it's our way of making peace in the world amongst many societies and many nations, when they are taking and using it as a way to implement fear and anxiety in the societies of the world.
With blood coming out the windows and all of that. So I do want to just, I do want to share this right here. This is a Switzerland tunnel, the oddest moment. This was in 2016, June 2016. This guy comes out with, what is this, a crown of thorns? They're not sure what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the World Cup to the Olympics. It is not a significant event if you don't have an unusual opening ceremony to go with it, they say. But look at, there is this right here. A topless woman decked as a bird hovered about actors representing the 9 construction workers who died during the building of the tunnel. 9, interesting number there. And it's unclear what the German, French, and Italian leaders. So this was something that they had done in 2016, very interesting. And they do this all and they say, oh, it's an abstract. It's an abstract. No, there's a reason behind everything. This is a very disturbing abstract performance to celebrate the Switzerland's rail opening, okay? This is very disturbing. I'm not going to show all of it. I'm just going to show bits and pieces. They climb, but they climb and then they fall. They climb and they fall. But let's look at this right here. They start undressing. Why are they undressing? Why? What? Opening ceremony? The daily, the rail and these construction people are getting taking off their clothes. And now what is that? What? This is, again, another ceremony. And now, construction workers in their underwear dancing around. And here we go. This is the ram head in this opening ceremony for a railway. I'll take this off and put this on. Go ahead. What is that?
Yeah, that's the devil. These are all symbols of Satan. And
The scarab,
there
the
he is.
scarab, what does a scarab represent? Do you know?
It's Egyptian,
Yeah,
mostly it goes way back, but I'm not.
yeah. So here we go, Ram's Head. This is an opening ceremony, Daily Mail. And then also I wanted to share, there's another part with, it's kind of weird. Let's see here. There's three, I don't know who these three men are. But anyway, there was another part that was about CERN. So they're worshiping, they're dropping down, they're going to the knee, they're dropping down, worshiping time. What does this mean? What does this mean? Oh. And then yay, the rail. Or can everybody like go?
Nothing to do with the rail. It's everything to do with the, time. Now they're making time, nonsense of time. Time doesn't matter anymore. And they're giving us the future.
So let me do, I think I have one more I want to show you guys. That is, yeah, one more. This one here. This is an opera. This is a dance opera for CERN. So Michael, what is CERN?
CERN is the portal that they've created to open up other dimensions that are allowing demons to come into our world.
First, explain exactly what it is. It's in Switzerland. It's this, how long? It's like miles.
It's like 2.5 miles. It's a particle collider. So they send out protons in 2 different directions and then they smash into each other.
Smash.
And this opens up dimensions physically, so that demons from other dimensions that are either here on our planet or from outside of our planet.
And if you guys are thinking, oh my God, Michelle just went off the deep end and now she's got a quack for a guest. We don't know what this world is, you guys. You have a frequency, you have love. You know what love is? Love is gravity. Love is magnetism. When you're in love, when you're in love, you exude a frequency that is really, really high elevation, and you're pulling. You actually are magnetized to whatever it is that you love. What is that? We don't talk about that. This world is not what we think it is.
Well, we do, and we talk about nuclear fission or nuclear fusion. Fission is smashing and breaking apart. Fusion is attracting and bringing things together. And you can see what side love and fear are on. And yeah, okay, maybe we need both. Maybe we need to have an explosion to drive an engine, but maybe we need to have fusion to make the fuel, to make the explosion. It's all about what your intention is and your purpose is.
And what they actually want us to think this is crazy, because if you're thinking this kind of talk around demons and entities is crazy, then you're not looking at the whole thing, and they can actually do whatever it is they want because they know you're not going to believe it. That's part of the thing. That's part of the game.
People don't recognize or understand the power of what's going on, of the metaphysical world. And it's the misuse of metaphysics. There's proper use, as a good use for your will, and there's bad use for your will. So you have to look at what your intentions are and what's unfolding for you in your life. And when you want to talk about the Hopis.
Well, I want to do one more video part, and then we'll talk about the Hopis.
Okay.
And this is because this one blew my mind. This is a symmetry CERN dance. So this is the CERN with the collider thing that goes around and smashes these colliders together, making explosions. And look at this dance. Let's see her, sorry. The search for the smallest part. This is the engineer. He discovers a dance of the cosmos. Engineer in CERN in Switzerland. Okay, what is this? His hand. Now he's in the desert. Dry, nothing around. There's the collider thing in Switzerland. Oh, what is that? What is that? Time, another reference to time. Now he's having his pants on. He's back to being a circle. A circle. This is a representation. And the letter naked bodies. What is this? Hedonism stuff. Oh, what is that? Collision. Oh, is that something coming through something? Everybody's like, oh, this is an abstract art performance.
There's a meaning behind every art piece.
So that was an opera, a dance that won a lot of awards for CERN in Switzerland. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today, but we have a good message to end with, which is the Hopi prophecy.
The prophecy is very simple. Grandfather David said that
Yeah, Hopi elder.
through the time of purification. And so we're in the time of Katsi, the time of purification, where it's very chaotic, and that's stability. And those are female archetypes. Female archetypes is nature being nourished. So we're nourishing nature. Our nature, know who you are, know what your nature is, know what your destiny is, do a vision quest, consult the I Ching, something.
Yeah, meditate,
know
pray.
who you are, love yourself.
Self-love.
And the great mother is Mother Nature. So those people who are closest to Mother Nature have the most strength, have the most embodiment of what this earth is all about. And you can get back to the land. If you're not living on the land, you're living in the city, get some potted plants. Plants are a good way to get back to nature.
I'll show this one. Keep going.
And so you know yourself, you know your relationship to nature, you practice it. Okay. And beauty, the appreciation of beauty is the doorway to heaven. There you go.
But I also wanted to share that.
Put some flowers in your apartment.
But I also wanted to share.
And your life.
That's why they're also trying to get rid of beauty. They don't want beauty. You know, they want us.
You're ugly.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to go into that too much off topic, but anything else about the Hopi prophecy, because they talk about, this is the fourth turning, which I've shared in my book, Great Maui Land Grab. You can get it at greatmauilandgrabbook.com. Shout out to my sponsor really quick, aceofcoins.com, aceofcoins.com. And if you want to lower your taxes or buy Bitcoin tax-free, you can go to aceofcoins.com, and a shout out to the radio station, Voice of Kona Radio 100.5 FM. Any last things about the Hopi prophecy and the positive thing that's coming for the planet?
Well, we're being purified of evil, and this isn't the first time. It's the fourth time. And the element for this cleansing is fire. and that's becoming more obvious every day. And we have a test here. Who's going to survive? Who's going to win this game of musical chairs? Have a chair to sit in. When they turn the music off again, have a chair to sit in, then look around and see who you're sitting next to when the music goes off.
So we do
This time it's not going to be just for 2 years. It's going to be a little longer than that.
So prepare, and I do say stock up on food, and the biggest thing is follow your guided intuition. There's something inside of you right now. There's an intelligence. It's not a mistake. You're here. Billions of people could have came forth when your parents hooked up, but you were the one that came forth. Your spirit, your soul, your personality came into the earth at this time in history. That is not by accident. You are supposed to be here. So follow your guided intuition, create a better and stronger relationship with the infinite creator that is moving the sun and running the tides and beating our hearts. That is really important. They want us to forget God. They want us to forget.
They want us to be separate from God.
They want us to be separate. They want us to, the whole thing around transgenderism. They want us to not be male and female. They don't want us to co-create anymore, procreate anymore and co-create together. But let's do the opposite. Let's stay in love with ourselves, not narcissistically, but just appreciation. The Buddha says you, more than anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and compassion. So send compassion to yourself first and love for yourself, and then give it to others. And if you are in a relationship with people that's not working, it's hard, forgive and move on and see how you guys can work it out in peace and in love. Any last things?
Stay connected. Love shall prevail.
All right. I know you have to head, so I'm going to do a quick prayer. And you can join or you can head on out. But that's fine. Okay, you guys, let's pray. Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of all things, you're beating our hearts and you're breathing our bodies. We're not plugged into a wall or have batteries. You're running the sky, you're running the stars, you're running the sun, and you're running the tides in the ocean and so much. You're germinating the plants behind me. I just am so grateful for this time that we have right now, because the darkness is being revealed for what it truly is. So grateful for all the people that are choosing to look at the truth and see it for what it is and stand up and say no more and share the truth and speaking out. It takes courage. And Great Spirit, I know that you are sending courage to all people around the world who are ready for peace and tired of the evilness that has been running the planet for far too long. And Great Spirit, I know that you are guiding each one of us to do whatever is ours to do. Whatever we, our higher self, said, I'm going to go to Earth at this time in history, and this is what my plan is, and this is my journey, and this is what I want to do. And I know that each one of us is lining up with our mission on this planet that will bring about a planet of peace and of unity and harmony, and a planet where all people know that they are safe and that they're safe to be exactly who they are and love each other and know that this world is at peace. No more violence. We get to watch as soldiers put down their weapons. We get to watch as military arms no longer work. We get to watch as those in power who do not value human life are peaceably removed or voluntarily step down. And we get to watch as this world becomes a better place. We get to watch as people wake up excited to be alive, enjoy doing what they love to do. We get to watch as that unfolds. And we know that whatever type of preparedness needs to happen in our own lives, that we are guided to prepare in a way that it is easy and in a way that is for supporting our community and ourselves and our families. We know that that is done. So Great Spirit, we stand up in love, in harmony with each other, because we really truly do love each other. People have big hearts around that. And Great Spirit, I know that you are guiding us every step of the way. And this world is a better place. We call that forth now with the consciousness of Jesus Christ, and the love of Christ consciousness is always around us and always supporting us. We know that that is done. And so it is. Sending you so much aloha from the Big Island. Again, Great Maui Land Grab, which is somewhere around here. Go to greatmauilandgrabbook.com. Great Maui Land Grab book. Don't forget the book at the end.com. Send that to friends, family. It will tell you so much about what the heck is going on and what we can do. Sending you so much love from the Big Island.